Be 31 laps to go. In a race that always features a late twist and plot. Are we set up for that right now? Johnson and Kyle Busch.
That's a great recovery by Jimmy Johnson.
You can see Kyle Busch having to block now. He knows that could cost him some spot from these guys coming from behind. He's blocking Earnhardt Jr. You can tell just how much Kyle Busch knew getting in front of Jimmy Johnson was going to give him a shot at winning this race. He was doing everything he could.
Jeff Gordon trying to get some spots back, but he's got Mark Martin to his inside, Paul Menard to his outside. 3 wide, headed for turn 1.
Wow, Gordon drove his car way in there.
He drove that car in that corner.
Kevin Harvick jumping to the inside of Keselowski. After Brad had to be careful under Paul Menard. Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart clunking doors in the middle of the straightaway.
This could become a problem right here.
And here comes Sam Hornish in the 22.
Tony Stewart was determined he wasn't giving that up. Here comes Jimmy Johnson.
And there he goes. Judging by Biffle being on the inside as Johnson went by, I say that was okay, go on.
There's no sense fighting it. I mean, if he's got you, there's no reason to run side by side and let the rest of these guys catch up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Biffle was saying he'll take this second spot and see what I can do with it.
Look at this.
Chance he's going to get another chance at a restart here the way all this is going.
How about Clint Boyer in that 15? He had a crash earlier.
Nice job so far. You can get him back up here. You see where they repaired that left rear.
He's in 15th spot. Trevor Bayne with Regan Smith up under the back bumper, 78-21.
Well, Matt Kenseth really struggling back there.
It looked like Matt Kenseth and Tony Stewart made contact when they were side by side on the back straightaway. I'm not sure that didn't hurt Matt's car.
Oh, Joey Logano in trouble. Turn 1. And here we go.
In the wall, guys, in the wall.
Matt Kenseth just talked about how he was struggling in some of the heavy racing since the restart. And now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship leaders got fire coming from under his car. Fortunately, Matt's out. Joey Logano had been up in the top 5 earlier and lost a pile of positions on a pit stop that set him back in the pack a couple of stops ago.
Got a lot more problems than that now.
Well, you're right. There was going to be another restart. Almost inevitable. Everybody was pushing and shoving there.
That's just that time. You're trying to get everything that you can. One of your biggest races of the year.
Well, Matt certainly not happy, and who can blame him?
Yeah, I know. That's a tough end.
Yeah, I don't know if you had a tire going down. You talked about that contact between he and Tony Stewart, or if it just maybe pushed a fender in, and then that got him back in more traffic, and that certainly may have been even more the issue. See, Logano just got down in there, tried to get it really low, got loose, and the problem started more from there.
It looked like Kenseth had the right line to avoid it. Then when Bobby Labonte made contact with Logano, it pushed him back up the track. Nowhere to go for Matt.
See, Matt could have continued on, but he saw this fire. He just spins it out, trying to help put some of that out and get nearer. See, once again, Logano's doing his best to hang on right here.
It looks like Matt's going to make it by. Up across the track comes Logano.
That was a race for 21st position.
All that fire coming out of the left front is probably from an oil cooler or oil line rupture.
Just how far back Matt had gotten, because he had been up there with Tony Stewart racing for around the 13th, 14th spot at that time.
Yeah, he was 13th on the restart. Now he's racing for 21st, and now he's wrecked.
Look who the point leader is. As they run, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
How about that? 2004. And of course, Junior trying to tie Jeff Gordon's record for most consecutive lead lap finishes. He'll do that if he gets one today.
He's going to be able to start on the inside in that third row. That's a good thing.
Yeah, when you get fortunate things happening like that, you've got good cars, then that helps you have records like that. Junior's done a terrific job driving this race car all year long, doing the things that it takes to win a championship.
So while we're under caution, I talked about the late twisted plot. Certainly this crash, part of that. Another trend here at Indianapolis. The guy that leads most of this race a lot of times doesn't win. I know you've been on both ends of that scale before, DJ.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take somebody doing something pretty spectacular or getting into the back of Jimmy Johnson or something like that. They're going to have to catch him to do anything like that.
Yep.
Kyle Busch made a run at him on that last restart, got him loose, and he did a great job to save it and just take off with the lead.
Now, for you Jimmy Johnson fans, before I start getting all those bad thoughts, Jimmy was the last guy to win here after leading the most laps. That was 2007.
So he has already bucked the trend.
He can. I'm just presenting the facts as they are. The guy that leads the most laps doesn't win this race a lot of years. And the last lead change of this race happens very late in it, too.
Yeah, and I think Greg Biffle's two-tire deal will work better now that everybody has some laps on their tires. You can see Greg really trying to keep his cleaned off for this restart. I believe they won't be as much of a factor now.
He will have the outside lane on the restart, though.
That's going to be the bigger factor. And Kyle Busch on the inside wanting to go somewhere.
Kyle Busch and Dale Jr. So while we clean up from the caution, the pit lane remains closed. Take a minute to remind you that tonight at 7 Eastern time, our ESPN Motorsports coverage continues with the NHRA Sonoma Nationals Finals. 7 Eastern ESPN2. And then next week at our NASCAR coverage, a split city doubleheader, if you will. Iowa Speedway next Saturday night for the NASCAR Nationwide Series, 7:30 Eastern time, ESPN2. Big crowd, great racing. Look forward to that. And then next Sunday, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Speaking of big crowd and great racing, at Pocono Raceway, the 3 distinct corners, 3 different length straightaways. That'll be fun next Sunday starting at noon Eastern time.
One less distinct corner than what we have here. Yeah, 4 here, down to 3 next week. Should be a lot easier, shouldn't it?
Been seeing a lot of guys looking like they're shutting it off and trying to save some fuel, Vince.
With Chad Canals, 25 to go. Chad, are you guys okay fuel-wise?
Well, I'm not going to tell you just yet, but I think we got a good shot of making it.
You started to.
I started to, maybe. We'll have to see. You know, I just couldn't be prouder of everybody on this Cobalt team and everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. A lot of effort went into this race car to get it ready to come here to the Brickyard to try to win this event, and it's been good. Jimmy's done a great job today. The pit stop's been good, and it's just fun being out here with Hendrick Motorsports and Lowe's.
You had a little bit of debris on the front of the car when that yellow came out. Were you able to get it off?
Yeah, he pulled up to the back of the pace car and got that low pressure area and then fell right off the grill. So yeah, I think we're good to go there.
Thanks, Chad. Alan?
All right, Vince, thanks.
There's your confirmation. Clean grill. to keep the RPMs as low as possible under caution. You can see there, around 4,000 RPMs. And now you see it get down to 0. He shut it off. See how they're trying to save fuel. Still shut off.
Now, while you're watching that, Andy, I will update you that during the last caution, remember we saw that big accordion down in turn 1? NASCAR came on its race control channel and told all the teams you must maintain speed in line. So if you shut it off, you can't let that guy in front of you get too far away.
Yeah, they'll give your spot to somebody else.
Kyle Busch running third, Dave.
He is indeed. Dave Rogers making the calls for him this afternoon. Dave looking at a third place right now, and some mystery things that have gone away. Don't seem to be any issue whatsoever. What about his track position at this point and the speed of the car?
Yeah, right now you have to keep all the track position you can. Everybody in the field is tight on fuel, but I think these caution laps put us all in a position where we can make it. A green-white checker will make it interesting, though.
So good on the regular distance?
Yeah, we're good on regular distance.
All right, and then stay tuned for the rest. Doc?
All right, Matt Kenseth coming out of the care center. Matt, it looked like you just about had that thing cleared.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. So, yeah, it was disappointing. End of the day, we didn't run particularly well and just kept losing positions. It kept being on outside them restarts, and then the farther you got back, the dumber people drove and just kind of got us in some bad spots. So I should have had better restarts, and then we just got ourselves too far behind. We didn't have a real good car anyway, but we had a better car than where we were there then.
Momentum-wise, what are your thoughts on the point? You came in here as the points leader. Obviously, you will not leave here as the leader.
Yeah, you run as hard as you can every week. You try to be smart. You try to race hard, pick your battles, get the best finish you can every week, and then points kind of take care of themselves. So I'm more worried about getting this behind us. Try to go next week, and try to go out and get a win.
Thank you very much, Matt. Matt Kenseth, okay, but wanting to build some momentum for the chase, guys.
All right, Doc, thanks. Certainly disappointing end of the day for Matt. 27 cars are on the lead lap. The field coming to the opening of pit road. It will be open this time to the lead lap cars. Any takers?
We'll see if there's somebody that just absolutely can't make it, but I think a lot of them are going to gamble it. They'll have another caution, they'll have opportunity to save fuel, and see them all shutting them off, so that tells you that they're staying out.
I'd say outside the top 10 back there somewhere, we might get some takers just to get some tires and a little more fuel, make sure they've got enough because a few.
I was thinking somebody like Regan Smith, who'd slipped so far back after their strategy play on the last one, put some fresh tires and some fuel and see what happens. Tony Stewart, 13th position, our ESPN in-race reporter on the day.
Hey, Tony, Dale Jarrett, you got it?
Sir.
Well, you look like you've made things better with your race car. You're moving forward there and let them stay out there.
Yeah, it's getting pretty ornery out here now. Addington's doing a good job with the changes, and just having the biggest problem we're having, spiking guys that want to block and change lanes. I've had enough of that. It's not we're not road course racing, so they change lanes and block me, they're going to get parked. Had it.
So your patience has run out for this day, huh?
Well, it's, guys are getting themselves boxed in behind guys, and then when you get a run on them and do your job, they want to change lanes and block you. Ambrose ran Jamie McMurray clear off the racetrack on the backstretch, and you just kind of sit here as a driver and you say, I'm to the point where I've had enough of it for the day. So we're gonna fight for everything we can get, and it may not be the last guy that gets their feathers ruffled if they block anymore.
All right, man. Good luck. Keep moving forward. Talk to you later.
Thanks, bud.
The very entertaining Tony Stewart giving you an idea.
I think he means it. Nothing else. You get honesty, don't you?
That's what the emotions are like behind the wheel as the intensity builds toward the finish here at Indianapolis. That's fun.